The October 27 meeting of the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, and at this time I'll ask Jeff Pearson to offer our invocation.
God, just thank you for everyone here and for their commitment and service to our city and to our Parks and Recreation, and just be with us during this meeting and give us wisdom to make good decisions. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Our meeting format today is going to be a little different. Each year we have one Parks Board meeting that's televised to our Longview citizens, and today is that meeting. My name is Jennifer Harris. I currently serve as the chair of this board, and I'd like to just take a moment to ask each of our other members to introduce themselves. Let's start over here.
My name is Doug Shook.
My name is Mark Wesley.
My name is Jeff Pearson.
Thank you so much. I want to thank you all, and even those that couldn't be here today, for volunteering your service to this committee. It's an absolute pleasure to work with each of you. If we'll look at our agenda, the first item is the approval of the September minutes. After reviewing the minutes, can I hear a motion for approval?
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes.
Okay.
Nice second.
Any comments? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Same. Motion approved. Okay. The next agenda item is citizen comment. I do have a speaker card. It is for Cliff Carpenter Jr. If you wouldn't mind coming forward. And Mr. Carpenter, you'll have a maximum of 3 minutes today.
Thank you. Before I begin, I would like to say I understand the importance of the memorial. I'm probably the only person in here that's married to an American World War II war orphan. They were very active in getting the memorial for the World War II in D.C. We attended. I know how very important it is. So good luck with your endeavor. I'm sorry that we have no more council or PARD members than we do here, but I hope it will not be missed on those present that I would like to thank you and whoever or who all had something to do with rectifying the problem at the Wilmette Park. For those who haven't had a chance to visit it, the parking lot was improved, and they're also allowing parking on the grass and not issuing the silly tickets that the warning sign said they would do. That's very important. That serves over 1,000 kids every Saturday. With the parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles there, 90 parking places was entirely inadequate. But that's been rectified, and I thank you for that. There's also, I understand, a letter from the Mayor Pro Tem talking about other work to be done. I think they're going to start after football season is over, which is very appropriate. That too is needed. So that is a step forward. I'm sorry that it had to come before the PARD board in such a manner as it did, but however it came to your attention and the other city managers, it got done. We still have problems. There are still needs. Maybe we should classify them as needs rather than problems. There is a great amount of concern over the scheduling of the fields and the umpires. I do not have time within 3 minutes to go into it, and it is too important to do piecemeal. So it will be brought to people's attention otherwise. Just for a brief reference, these sports tourism brings in about $14 million to the city of Longview a year, and is growing. I see where in some of the stuff that we referenced Odessa as a place we were going to go to and look for guidance. I don't know how many of you have been to Odessa lately. I have. Let me tell you what's on your car after it's parked at an Odessa motel. It's an invitation to a nudie bar. Okay? The motels are full. It costs $300 a night for a room. And that's
you.
not at the best motel in town, if you're lucky enough to get it.
Thank you, Mr. Carpenter. 3 minutes has expired.
Thank you. There is more to be said.
Our next agenda item for consideration is from the Veterans of East Texas. They are proposing the construction of a memorial tribute to veterans within Teague Park. So I ask you all to come forward.
Hello, my name is Richard Jerkowski. I'm with the Veterans Recognition Foundation. The foundation was formed for the sole purpose of bringing a park to Longview to honor veterans, and we are proposing building a Veterans Plaza at Teague Park. The plaza would occupy the hillside from the west shore of the lake up the hill towards the Boy Scout cabin. The major features of the park would be a 50% scale replica of the Vietnam Memorial Wall, which would be one of only 6 in the United States, and a large American flag on an 80-foot flagpole, which would probably be seen out from Highway 80. The rest of the hill would be covered with grass and several walkways, and 10 to 14 major full-size monuments to honor all the wars and all the veterans in the last 50 years, as well as all Americans who have given their lives in combat. Well, we're proposing building this at no cost to the city. The foundation will fund everything. The plaza would be used not only by the veterans, but it's geared for the veterans' family, and of course, all of the public is invited. Anyone who wants to honor a veteran can visit the park. The only thing the city would do your regular maintenance on the park, the mowing and picking up trash. All of the monuments will be on raised platforms so you can use an edger around them. The walkways will be flat so that the mowers can drive over them. Do you have any questions?
Does anybody have any questions? I appreciate the full proposal that you provided today.
Thank you.
Anybody have any questions? No?
Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. I'm not sure that I can make any comments.
Staff does recommend approval.
Okay. At this time, I would like to see if there is a motion to approve this action item, which is the proposal for the Veterans Recognition Foundation to construct a memorial at Teague Park.
I'll make that motion.
Okay. Do I have a second?
A second.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So moved. Okay, our next agenda item today will be to hear a State of the Parks report presented by Laura Hill, the Director of Community Services.
Thank you. As is our custom, I'm here today to give you a look back at our just completed fiscal year, and I hope when I'm done, you realize it's been a busy one, okay? First of all, and this is something a lot of people don't realize, part of Parks and Recreation is operating 3 municipal cemeteries. We have Grace Hill, Greenwood, and White, so that is a relatively large and very important part of our business, okay? To bring you up to date on some facilities, in this previous year, we did replace the old wooden bridges at Aiken Park. These might look a little familiar. They're very similar to the ones that are on Paul Borman Trail. So that has added some integrity. On our Grace Creek mountain bike trail, we've had continued improvement thanks to the Bicycle Association, along with assistance from the City of Longview Public Works Department and the City of Longview Fire Department. They've been in there doing some wildland fire training, and they helped clear some of the brush. So work continues on that, and I think currently, at least according to the website, the trail is at 5.9 miles long, and they're trying to extend it to 10 miles.
Wow.
So it's a work in progress. Then this year we celebrated the opening of the new disc golf course along with the Longview Disc Golf Association at Hensley Park North, on the northern end of the park. It's a beautiful course. Just recently, they have made some adjustments due to the extension of North 4th Street. So if you were out there maybe a month ago, some of it's changed, so go back and visit, okay? We spent a lot of money at Ingram Pool. We didn't take a picture of the pump room. It's really ugly and boring. But as a result, we have clear blue water. So we did make some repairs at Ingram Pool this past year, and it did help the facility tremendously. Among our more significant accomplishments this past year was the installation of the concession stand and a very large octagonal pavilion at the Jackman Splash Pad. This has basically gotten us to a holding pattern. There's still a lot to finish out at the splash pad, but it's mainly with spray features and with the safety surfacing, okay? Then we have, along the way, had some donations of equipment. The Gregton Rotary Club donated this play feature at Rotary Park, and this was primarily designed for visually impaired children. It's all music and sounds, and it was focused around that need. Then the Stratgent Dog Park, which is located at the northern end of Borman Trail, Longview Dog Park, Inc. donated some agility equipment. Now, this is for the dogs, not for the people. And we did have, he wasn't quite using the equipment, but he was out there, so. And then earlier, I did have a question about Teague Lake. This is Teague as we were draining it, and you can tell it was icky. This was Teague, and you can see how much silt had built up. This was during dredging, and we took about 11,000 cubic yards of silt out of the lake, and there it is. Totally different, much better environment for our fish. It's not stagnant anymore. We don't have algae growing on the surface, so we've been needing to do this for a couple of years, and this was a great accomplishment, okay? We are continuing to suffer from the 2011 drought, and in this previous year, we've spent over $80,000 removing dangerous trees from public property, and it looks like we're on track to do that again this year. It's continuing. So we have noticed a severe impact to our canopy within Longview as a result of that drought. So, you know, we are working with Keep Longview Beautiful to encourage private property owners to, you know, plant trees, please. We've lost a lot over the previous 3 years. Unfortunately, we continue to experience a tremendous amount of vandalism throughout the park system. One of the most serious was the destruction of 88 monuments at the Greenwood Cemetery, which is downtown. Luckily, we have a very strong cemetery association at that location, and they have retained a contractor who actually moved in today to start restoration on those monuments. But we continue to have problems at other parks. We had some arson out at Spring Hill Leaders Corps Park. We have people stealing the planks off the bleachers at Timpson. So we do ask that if anybody notices any destruction or damage or theft of public property, to please notify the Longview Police Department. Okay, now for some updates on PARD. And this year, it's basically, we have a little statistics, but we thought some pictures are worth 1,000 words. We're starting with Broughton Recreation Center. Broughton stays tremendously busy. They have a summer camp. They have an after-school program. They have Martin Luther King and Juneteenth activities. They have rentals. They have classes. It's a very busy place, and just people coming in just to play basketball and things like that. So we're very pleased with the programming at that location. Green Street Recreation Center, which was formerly the Senior Recreation Center, they have daily, weekly, monthly, semi-annual, annual events. These are pictures from their annual extravaganza, and as you can tell, they have a really great time dressing up and performing, just enjoying the fellowship of being together. So these are some of the classes they've done, In addition, they have a garden club. In January, they're going on a cruise. So they're a very dynamic group of young retired citizens. So, Paula Martin Jones Recreation Center, this facility was donated by Martin Charities to the city in 1999, and it's primarily a fitness facility. The pool is, we have the indoor pool, and then we also have a gym. Continues to be well used. Lots of fitness equipment, lots of opportunities for people to go in and use the facilities. Then we have our recreation class program. You can see belly dancing is leading the way. And with this program, instructors from throughout the community can come work with PARD to teach something they're passionate about. And in the past, we've, for example, had chess. We've had piano. We've had all sorts of games and arts and crafts and things like that. So this is just a snapshot. We would love to continue working with people within the community that have an interesting skill or talent that they'd like to teach others. So if they are interested, they can call the Parks and Recreation Department, and we will get them in touch with our coordinator. With the building of the Jackman Splash Pad concession stand, we reorganized all of our concession operations into one business unit. And unlike what many people think, these are the only concession stands the city operates. All the others, for example, at Lear Softball or Spring Hill Baseball, those are operated by the associations. These are the concession stands operated by the city. And this year, Hensley led the way. Jackman Splash Pad did not open until June 21st, so we do anticipate improved revenues next year since it will be open the entire season. Then our swimming pools, we have the Longview Swim Center, which is located on the Pine Tree High School campus. And then we have Ingram Pool, which is located on North 10th Street. These are our outdoor pools. They have two primary programs. Mornings and evenings, we have swimming lessons. And then during the afternoons, we have public swim. So we have good, steady participation. Revenues came in right on budget, so we were very pleased with that. And then after aquatics, we have our parks. And just so you know, our parks are staying busy. We have 51 athletic fields, and that does keep us extremely busy supporting all of those activities, those user groups, those rentals, et cetera. Okay? Then along with fields, another measurement we're able to keep up with are our pavilions, and we have 28 pavilions throughout the park system. And reservations from FY 12-13 to this just completed year are up 4%. And it would have been up more, but remember, the Mann Splash Pad was closed for 3 months for construction. So that increase would have been even larger if we had been opened fully for business. So people are using our parks, and that's a great thing. That's what they're there for. Among the user groups, we're going to go through these just briefly. We do work with youth baseball. We have 3 primary leagues that we work with there. Longview Boys Baseball, Spring Hill Boys Baseball, and DP's Texas Baseball. Okay. Then youth basketball is provided by the city. We do Youth Open and Youth Church. Flag football is a user group. East Texas Little League Football, they play at Womack Field. Youth soccer plays out at Lear. Youth softball plays at Lear. Adult basketball is put on by the city, and we work, along with youth basketball, we work with churches and schools to find gym space. So we have some great community, school, community, church-based partnerships. Flag football is city-produced. This is for adults, and that's also played at Womack. Adult kickball is played out at McWhorter. And then adult soccer, we do that through the Greater Longview Soccer Association. They have an adult league, and they also play at Lear. Adult softball is actually our busiest sport. It's played out in Hensley on those 4 fields at that complex. Then track and field, we have 2 major events every year, the Hershey Track and Field Meet and then the Taft Regional Meet in July. And this year, we were very blessed. Pine Tree let us have the Hershey meet there, and then we had the Taft meet in Tatum, so. And then these are just some shots of different activities, the mountain bike trail, Broughton activities, ball field maintenance. This past year, I hope you heard, we had Depot Days with Alley Fest. So we have some shots of the old cars from the Depot Days activities is later on in the presentation. We were very honored that the Texas Amateur Athletic Federation in fall of 2013 selected Longview. It was a competitive selection process for us to hold their winter festival, which is only given every 5 years. And that meant we brought 150 girls and boys youth teams to Longview. And it seems like we were in every gym in town, but it was a tremendous success. And I want to recognize the Parks and Recreation Department staff, along with all the volunteers that helped make this thing a positive. Old cars, okay. And more old cars. This is just some shots showing you how busy the parks are, and we just thought parking lots would let you see the truth. So we don't have enough space. This is Hensley. People have to park up on the ground. Lear, this was the Youth Ranger Tournament. Once again, lots of people in town for that baseball tournament. And the baseball tournaments typically go on, say, 5 to 7 days. So that really is good, as Mr. Carpenter said, for our sports tourism. Just a typical day at the splash pad. Then we had some significant events happening. The Miracle League, they sponsored a mud run. We had that at Lear Park. I don't know if everybody got to attend or saw the pictures. It was wonderful. Everybody was very supportive, and they had people. I talked to somebody who came in from Wichita Falls just to run in this event.
Wow.
So this is the swim center out at Pine Tree, just a typical public swim day. To close the pools, the last day the pools are open, we close on a Friday to people, and the next Saturday we have dog days, and this was just some pictures from this year's dog days, which we had at Ingram Pool. Guthrie also has our first disc golf course, and it continues to be well enjoyed. Many, many fun runs happening in parks. This was shots we got of the Gobble Wobble, which supports Newgate Mission. Once again, parking is a problem on Borman Trail. You can see this is the Summers Drive parking lot. People have to park on the street going up toward the loop just to get in to use the park and or the dog park. Volunteers are critical to our mission. We have, in this case, Laterno. They come in, help us paint, help us pick up litter, help us waterproof Kids View Playground. Okay. We work, in this case, we have scouts that help with waterway cleanup on Guthrie Creek. Just lots and lots and lots of volunteers wanting to help us in a variety of ways, and these next slides just kind of give you some idea of what happens. Okay. Go back one slide, please, Mike. The main figure is $637,000. That's the value attached to volunteer hours. That's what they bring to our operations, and we are very grateful for people who give back, and they help us not have to spend money on certain things like picking up litter. Okay. We're all about partnering. We work with all the school districts, private schools, churches, nonprofit organizations, whether they might be using our facilities or we're actually putting on an event. So we truly believe in partnering, public-private partnerships. At the moment, that's what's making a difference in changing our park system. So just like with the project you approved today with the Veterans Recognition Foundation, that's a new partnership of which we're very proud. This is a list of our parks, by council district, if anybody's interested. And then In closing, we do try to communicate in many different ways. Our website has our master plan on it, has the Arboretum master plan, trail master plan, list of all the parks. We do encourage people recently, as I hope they read in the Longview News Journal, we've started a new reservation process for pavilions. That's all available online now. You do not have to call to reserve a pavilion. You can do it online at your convenience. So please visit our website, it's cityoflongview.gov, and we look forward to working with you. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Does anybody have any questions?
So if anybody's interested in volunteering, how do they get that started?
They can call our office, they can call me. My number is 237-1392, and I will put them in touch with our volunteer coordinator. And we have options that go from large groups one day to maybe people who have perhaps retired and want to work 3 hours a week. We run the gamut. And our volunteer program places volunteers not only within Parks and Recreation, but for example at the library, police department, fire department. So it's based on your interest, your commitment opportunities. We need mentors and partners in prevention. So if you have the time, I think we can make good use of it. Okay.
Anybody else have anything? Laura, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to you, to Dietrich, Emily, all of the staff that work so hard. There's a lot of detail here. It takes a lot of people. You know, I know the board, we're volunteers. We're here to help. You mentioned that a lot in the slides with the logging and the hours and the time and money saved. And I feel blessed to be a part, to contribute to anything that you all do. So I just thank you so much.
And we thank you very much and look forward to another great year.
Awesome. Thank
Thanks.
you. Okay, does anybody else have anything today? Any announcements they'd like to make based on any community involvement you participate in? If not, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.